I got super lucky at Petco yesterday. They had a Highland Bronze poison dart frog, which is something I've been looking for online for over a year. I already have 3 different species of poison dart frogs, and I order them all online because they're always hard to get. So finding this one at Petco was a huge surprise, so of course I had to buy it. I thought about putting them in my moss wall terrarium, but the moss is too wet and the water's too deep, so I had to build him his own setup. This will just be a temporary home, and luckily I had a lot of the building material on hand. First, I built a drainage layer using aquarium filter foam, and then I wedged cork bark pieces into it to build a backdrop. These will help retain humidity. Then I added some substrate consisting of the ABG mixture from Josh's Frogs. I also had a really cool piece of cork bark that'll work great as a hide because it's hollow on the inside, so that'll be the centerpiece. I misted everything down with distilled water until the substrate and cork bark were soaked. I added oak leaf litter, which will be great for the dart frog to hop around on to keep his feet dry. Also a couple of decorative rocks. I wet down some sphagnum moss and added plant trimmings that I got from my various vivariums. I also sprinkled in some aquarium-safe fertilizer. This will help the plants take root, even if the frog jumps around on them. I even took a few well-established pieces of mosses from my moss wall and some vining plants that will help with the backdrop and also help with that humidity. I added tropical springtails from one of my springtail mixtures. These guys will eat the decaying plant and animal matter, aka the dart frog poo, and they'll also prevent any mold breakouts. It was finally ready to add the frog. This terrarium was definitely a little bit improvised, but it's miles better than what he had at Petco. Plus, this is only a temporary home for him since I'm building him his own terrarium. He definitely seemed to enjoy it and hopped all over it checking it out. He was also very bold and didn't seem too scared of me. I added some plastic wrap over part of the top of the back of the terrarium to help retain some humidity. Then I went back to my other poison dart frog terrarium to grab some more of the bioactive soil containing isopods as well as other bioactive life. This will help the overall tank cycle quicker and make the tank bioactive. They'll also help break down some of the leaf litter, which will in turn provide fertilizer for the plants. I had already started building a terrarium specifically for some Highland Bronze poison dart frogs, so finding him was fate and I had to grab him. He's going to end up having this huge setup and hopefully a couple of buddies down the road.